Hello there everyone. Guys, in today's video I'm bringing you some very good news and some not very good news. So watch this video from the beginning and until the end. A lot of very important developments, and at the end of the video we're going to talk about the price targets for Bitcoin and what I'm expecting, and the picture is not very pretty. So first let's understand as to what is happening in general, and a quick reminder that today is the last day if you want to become one of my students with a 50% discount. Only like literally single digit number of seats is left and literally hours are left on this 50% discount. There's a link to this page down in the description of this video. It's an Easter sale that we're doing, which is very limited and it's pretty much gone. So grab these last seats, link down in the description. Become one of my students at my 5 months long certified and accredited trading learning programs, where you learn everything from active trading to long-term investing and forex and futures, and also stocks and long-term investing and portfolio building and on-chain analysis if you're trading crypto, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, trading statistics, trading psychology. Literally, it's a certified place to learn trading. It's a 202 lectures in total on all of it, and by completing this, and you have to go for the complete program, you must go for the complete program, you will understand exactly how I view the market and how I am capable of actually controlling the trades like a G. So again, link down in the description. Last warning, last call, last opportunity, last chance. So let's just dive into this, and let's start with something positive, because right now, and guys, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Mr. Spot On is finally back on duty and finally is good to go, and my stupid cold is gone. So subscribe, like the video, hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I make a new upload. So Representative Davidson is introducing a legislation to fire SEC boss Gensler for crypto overreach. So yes, this is a huge win. So they're going after Gary Gensler for all the abuse and all the bullshit, as right here Warren Davidson has actually been writing, so you can check it on his Twitter, that they're going to be putting together a bill for this to remove Gary Gensler completely and replace the position, replace the role with an executive director that reports to the board. And he is actually very pro crypto. So this is very good. And also, to add insult to the injury of SEC, XRP has destroyed SEC in the new letter as response to the latest summary judgment. And actually, and then right now is the biggest question, because like I think a huge positive outcome out of all of this is looming. In my opinion, it's coming. And well, when will the judge see the truth? So in my opinion, and also in the opinion of the lawyer here, because I've gone through this whole article and what they're claiming, but just in short, because you guys like these videos that are under 10 minutes, you can always take this piece by piece and research it yourself. So top lawyer provides insight into the potential end date as of May the 6th of this whole XRP lawsuit. And in my opinion, is going to be XRP should win, in my personal humble opinion, just because I'm a lawyer by education, by the way. It's quite funny, but anyway, and when I've been studying some of the things and some of the summary judgments and stuff, there is nothing guaranteed. Again, there is many manipulations, whatever. There is at least a 90% chance, in my opinion, that SEC should actually lose. And when should this happen? As we projected actually before, somewhere in the middle of this year of 2023. So May the 6th would be the earliest date, in my opinion. So now the next thing, which is also quite positive, but then it actually translates into more negativeness. So banks may tighten lending rates, so stop giving as much money as they are to the lenders, and negate, therefore, compensate for the need for more rate hikes. The U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. So she said that if banks stop lending out as much money, we don't need to increase the rates anymore. So, and kind of this is positive in the sense that if the banks are going to actually proceed with this, and we're going to see like this slowdown of the economy as the Powell really wants, and we don't really need to increase the rates anymore. But guys, and everybody's celebrating right now. That's why we're seeing SP 500 actually show good returns, but we're going to get to the SP 500 in just a second. So while everybody is celebrating, saying that, you know what, we're coming very close to the pivot, everything is going to be beautiful and everything is going to be great, despite the fact that we already see a collapse in the banking system. So like, I mean, how fragile is this garbage, colonial, outdated monetary system? But anyway, so what we need to really pay attention to right now, and this is the moment moment to focus, guys. And remember, if you want an exchange that you can trust, where you want to put in your trades over on Bitcoin with spot or futures, then I personally trade over on Bybit. And with my exclusive link down in the description of this video, it's an exclusive link that you have to use if you want to claim these bonuses. And you can claim up to $30,000 in initial deposit bonuses. Also, you'll be entering into a Swiss watch giveaway if you deposit at least $100 and maintain this deposit, and all deposit users get access to my crypto signals community for free. Also, link down in the description of this video. This is where we post all of my trades and the trades of my team, and we are doing really well. You just have to get that VIP signals section, get into that VIP signals section. Very easy to do with your Bybit UID. All the instructions are in there. So now let's move on to this here. And let me explain as to why I don't have this kind of a sweet talk outlook just as of yet, like so many of you out there who are saying that, ooh, it's all just to the moon. Wait, watch this video till the end, guys. So right now, what we need to pay attention to is going to be on April the 20th, so basically a couple of days from today, and that is going to be the unemployment, because in the recent weeks, we've seen unemployment start to go up, and it's going up quite steadily, like as you can see here, 191, 200, 230, 240. So if this is going to come in, the forecast is 240, so if it's going to come in 250, 260, it is going to support the narrative, which we've discussed many times before, and this is something that has been posted on econometrics. And this is like, once again, this is the example of the soft landing. Like right here, for example, the previous, it was in 2007, where previous Fed Chair Ben Bernanke actually said that we are fine, we're doing great. And this is the unemployment. So basically, this is historically the unemployment before the recession hits. And they said everything was great before it actually absolutely skyrocketed, and we went into the huge recession 2008 and 9. And also historically, but I've showed you this before, if you compared the unemployment rate in recessions, the unemployment rate spikes right before the actual recession hits us in the face. And it's been like this in 49 and 53, 57, 60, 70, 74, 80, 82, 90, 2001, 2008, and potentially are we seeing this, going to be seeing this right now. So guys, this is quite scary shit. And why this is quite scary is because in terms of SP 500, this is, this is actually historic. This is 2008. This is potentially what we could be standing at right now. The blue is 2008, I think. Yeah, great recession. So we potentially have this one humongous leg down left. So if, again, this is going to happen only if we see it. Because remember, historically, Fed pivots too late. So that's why people are so excited, so happy, so great. We're going to stop the interest rate hikes. Right now, actually, if we're going to go here, we still have a good chance of another 25 basis points in May. So this might happen, and we might see this 25 basis points increase to 525, whatever. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. And I'm pretty sure that if this is going to happen, I think that this is going to for sure be the last rate hike. But guys, remember that, the last rate hike, it doesn't mean a pivot yet. They're going to keep the interest rates. It depends on how long they're going to be keeping them so high, and this could certainly finally break the economy besides the collapse of the banking sector, and certainly make this narrative actually come to fruition. And therefore then the big question really becomes as to if S&P 500 actually drops like every single time when the Fed pivots, because Fed pivots when everything is completely broken historically. Almost every time this happens exactly like that. So because right now, just technically in S&P 500, we're standing at a very important resistance, 2188, and we really want to break above it, then this is going to open the road to like 43.50 and beyond. But in my opinion, I think that depending on what's going to happen and what we're going to see on April the 20th, this is really going to dictate as to what's going to happen. And if something is, I just have a hunch, because I don't have a crystal ball, but I have a hunch that this number might come in actually quite bad, and the next one after that also quite bad, etc. And we're going to see more cascading liquidations, and it's going to be finally the recession we've been talking about. But when it comes to Bitcoin now, so what could this mean if, for example, this is this doomsday scenario, which I discussed like probably months and months ago on this YouTube channel, it's finally potentially coming to fruition just based on these numbers right here. Then when it comes to Bitcoin, and in my opinion, actually, guys, we're going to move to the chart of Bitcoin. We're going to talk about it in a short-term perspective as well as long-term perspective. But before we do, let me remind you, just long-term, right? We're going to talk about short-term, but long-term. remember about the current, how common is crypto, like about the adoption. Like, it's not really that common. Nigeria, for sure, I mean, they're not trusting their banks, like their currency is garbage, etc. Like same thing in Turkey. But Switzerland, 11%, not that much. India, China, 7%. US, only 6%. Japan, 4%. Germany, 5%. So the adoption curve of the technology as we know it, of blockchain and Bitcoin, what Bitcoin actually stands for, this is the adoption curve. So right now we're standing, look, in comparison to electricity, computers, automobile, phone, etc. So it's going to usually, historically, for any technology to be adopted. That's why we say that Bitcoin is still early and it still is a brand new technology, because usually it takes at least 100 years for a technology to be fully adopted, fully integrated, fully used, or at least, like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 years, but certainly not like, 15 years like with Bitcoin, 13, 14 years. That's why it's so brand new, and considering this in terms of long term, you will understand exactly where you're standing at, and that's why a short-term volatility should not scare you, and it does not scare me. Because I look at Bitcoin, one Bitcoin as being one Bitcoin and not 30,000, 15,000, whatever. Just because of the nature of fiat currencies and devaluation and everything that potentially is about, the shit that is about to hit the fan globally, with especially the de-dollarization, etc. But talk is talk. Let's take a look at this. With the recent pump, the number of Bitcoin millionaires actually doubled in 2023, adding over 50,000 millionaires. So then you should be asking the question to yourself, are you at least one of these 50,000 millionaires? If not, and if you've been watching my YouTube videos where I've been buying Bitcoin, 30 Bitcoin at $17,000 and holding them, I will be holding them for a long time. So I'm certainly one of these people. I mean, I've been a millionaire before, but you get what I mean. So this is what is happening right now. And considering all of this, you have to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and pay the fucking attention to what I'm saying and what I'm actually explaining in these videos. So now let's go back to S&P 500, and considering that we're gonna see the spike in unemployment and all of these effects actually play out, and this whole narrative play out, and this spiraling out of control with the unemployment numbers, then certainly we're gonna see a big drop in S&P 500. Okay, it can go up, whatever, and then it actually can finally take a crap, which in my personal humble opinion it should. So what is gonna happen to Bitcoin, and what am I personally seeing in the Bitcoin price as of right now? Will S&P 500 drag Bitcoin down with it? Well, yeah, I mean, if there's going to be this big collapse and the real true recession that everybody was so scared of. And the answer is, of course, we're going to see lower prices in Bitcoin, but are we going to go down to something like $15,000? And just because of the distrust in the banking system, the collapse of this just overall garbage system, and people actually still pulling their money out of the banks and the dollar and putting their money into Bitcoin, I really doubt that we're gonna go below 15,000. Maybe we can revisit something as low as 20K for sure, but coming lower than 15K, I don't believe it. I believe at this point, just because of the fail in the banking system, I don't see us going lower. I did not expect the banking system to fail so fast, so I'm not expecting us to go even lower. But in a short-term perspective, I believe we can go lower. I don't really think we're going to just power to 40K. If we will, I'll be just happy. I'll be more than excited. But the thing we have to pay attention to at this point, number one, is the potential for this whole cascading liquidations because of a true recession to come in the coming months. It still is a short-term perspective, but a mega short-term perspective also for Bitcoin that, guys, we cannot ignore is the volume. Look at the volume. I mean, when we had this pump, we had some serious volume. Then we had this pump, we had also some volume, but it was smaller. And now as this pump continues, the volume is becoming smaller and smaller, and I'm warning you about this volume because it just shows the exhaustion of the move and just it being overdue for a correction. So it just cannot keep pumping so much. So therefore, as we're seeing right now, we actually pumped, let's go to a smaller time frame. We had this very important wedge right here. We actually broke above it. We actually met the target of it at 30,800. Like, I mean, look how spot on. Call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments right now, because this is as spot on as it gets. And right now we are consolidating. We actually got rejected from it, and we're in the vicinity. This is imperfect, but nonetheless, we're in between 29,700 and like 3,500. So as of right now, our main support is basically like 30K right here, 29,800. The next support is in the vicinity of 29K, just the resistance of this wedge, and also the support, which used to be the resistance in a bigger wedge that I used to show you all the time, and certainly the support of this wedge right here, which is coming in at about 27,800, 28,000. So this is the most important support in my opinion, the biggest order block right now. Also in terms of VPVR, if we're going to flip it on, and we're going to see that the most important support is 27,600, and I think it should hold for some time. However, depending on what's going to happen in the macro space, and I'm going to keep you guys updated, I wouldn't expect it to go much lower for now than 27,800, and with our main support being about $25,000, but we're going to see how this develops. But I would, if I were you, I would just prepare for at least some kind of correction and liquidity grab a tiny bit lower just because of volume and everything we're potentially currently seeing, and this kind of stuff is going to be painting a very good picture in just a couple of days. So stay aware, stay smart, check out this quick tutorial as to how to trade Bitcoin with proper risk and money management, and comment down below, call me Mr. Spot On, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, peace and love, Tam Skralo, stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.